Hey YouTube, this is DK Jeans 5, and you can tell by the banner that I made that this is a new series called Your Questions Answered. And I want to do because you guys know how we have our ZB question of the day, and that's a series where I asked you guys a question. And this one, I want to dedicate a series to answering your questions. So when people ask me questions, and I'm not always able to just answer them right away, I'd rather just do a video on it, because it also not only can help the person that asked, it can help you out there that may have the same questions. So I'm going to go through and read some of these questions that I got from a subscriber, and also a question from a Facebook fan. Okay, so the first one is, someone asked, how many times should you wash your hair in a month's time? I don't think there is a right or wrong answer to that. For me, I wash my hair 4 times in a month. So once a week, I'm always shampooing, conditioning. Now there may be days, there may be a week where it comes when I'm just like, I just co-wash my hair, or I may just, and I don't use a shampoo. But normally I use a shampoo and then condition my hair. So it's completely up to the person how their hair responds to it. There are people that don't use shampoos, or the people that only co-wash. And so I would just suggest, you can try it out my way, like just shampoo once a week and see if that's helping your hair. Now there are actually some people, I guess, with maybe that may not have the same hair texture as myself. They may shampoo more than once a week. So, and then that's leaning more towards people with a naturally straighter hair texture because of their hair. Because remember how we talked in the series where we talk about the newbie series, and I talked about how the straighter hair texture, our natural oil that we produce, sebum, how it reaches all the way to the ends, and sometimes it's so much where their hair, they may say their hair is greasy, oily, so they have to wash their hair more frequently than we do. But if your hair texture is like mine, I would suggest just starting out washing once a week. And if your hair really likes shampoo and conditioning, just continue with that. If not, try co-washing and see what works for your hair. Okay, another question is, how do you trim it? She says, I know some ladies twist each part and then just cut the ends. Is that okay? Also, I have been natural for 1 year and 7 months. And now she said I should totally know more than I do. We're continually learning, so you're not like on your own there. I am still learning. I still have lots to learn, so I enjoy learning. That's why I have that book. I'm gonna put it up right here. That book. So that's like a guidebook for your hair, and I'm constantly learning, and whatever I learn, I will be willing to share with you guys. And I also, in the future, I do want to get a couple of more of those books, and I want to have a giveaway and give away 2 of those to 2 wonderful subscribers. So but that's in the future. So but yeah, so she said about trimming. How do you trim it? Now I did it like twisting my hair. I've done it on wet hair, and I'm trying to think if I've ever trimmed on dry hair. But one way that I'm going to start doing it is just getting it'll take longer, but that's okay, because I want to make sure I get rid of if I have any split ends and stuff. Is go section by section like this, and then take it down, comb it, and then take it down to the ends, like this, and then just snip, 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 like if I need to. That's how I'm going to start doing my trims, and it may take longer, but I rather instead, because the reason why I don't want to twist it is because if I twist it, our hair strands, I know mine aren't all the same length. Like some places on my head is longer than others, so if I twist it up, that means the ends are just getting twisted up in there, and I may be trimming it, but I'm neglecting other ends. So I think the way I'm going to start doing it is just taking a section of hair at a time, like this, like I said, and just have it like that, not twisting it up, and just go ahead and trim it that way. That's how I'm going to start doing it. But I don't think there's no right or wrong way to trim, just whatever works for you. There are plenty of tutorials on YouTube on how to trim your hair, so you can check and see what works for you. Yeah. What else did she say? Oh, she said, okay, she was talking about the front of her hair. She says the bang part is not as curly like the rest of it. She says she has cut it twice because she thought that some perm was still in her hair, but it wasn't. What can I do to get it kinky like the rest of my hair? Well, you know, one thing you have to also keep in mind is that we usually have more than one hair texture on our head. Like the hair here and the hair here, the curls are looser. They look different. It's like, sometimes I feel like they don't belong on my head. Do you guys get that feeling sometimes? Because sometimes I wished it was all just one texture because it would make it easier. But sometimes the way this hangs and the way the other hair hangs, you know, I'm having to push up a lot on the back because of how you know, I've actually had to cut off. I'm trying to think when I did those trims, I cut off, and there was nothing wrong with this area. It was just that it felt like it was getting really, really long there, and the hair texture, because it's looser, it looked longer. So I wanted to make sure it fit, if that makes sense. But remember, you may have a straighter hair texture in your on your bangs, so maybe you have to probably work at it, or you know, like scrunch it up, I don't know, you know, to get it to work like the rest of your hair. So just remember, or put in some curling rods, something to give it like a curlier look. That's the only advice I can give you. Now, someone, if you're watching this and you'd like to answer a question about her hair being like, you know, a straighter hair texture in the front, please, you know, this is open for you all to be involved in this series too. It's not like it's just me. You guys want to share some input on trimming, on washing, please feel free to comment on what's worked for you, because I don't want people just to see what DK James 5 uses. I want everyone. What does everyone do? Because what works for DK James 5, okay, I know my name's Keisha, but I'm just using my YouTube name. What works for me may not work for someone else. But they may see what Tracy920 does in her hair and say, you know what, the way she does it, it works just fine. Or they may see what Simply Unique does and they go, well, you know what, how she does that works for me. Or they may look over here and they say, but loving the natural me. I'm saying, so you have to, you know, that's why I like everyone to comment and get involved on this, because we may all do something a little bit differently, but at least one of those ways will work for you. So you guys, please feel free to comment and leave your input so it can help others. Okay, here goes a Facebook question I got. Someone wanted to know, what are the benefits of using canola oil? Now, I think she was talking about, now I'm going to leave this one up to you guys to answer, because I have no idea. Like, I've never taken, now I've used canola oil, like I think like there's cooking spray, I've used that to cook with, but this lady was asked, you know, about the benefits of using it on her hair and things like that. I think even, I don't know if she's talking about taking it. So if you guys have any information on canola oil, please share that in the comment box, and so then I can share that on the Facebook page. I don't even know who it was that asked me that question, but I remembered and I never did get back to her, so that's why I'm doing this video, to go ahead and, you know, share her question and see if you guys have any answers to it, because I've never heard of someone using canola oil on like their hair and stuff, and I almost wondered, what if it will clog, or I said clog, what if it would clog the pores, you know what I mean? Like, is that really good for the scalp, you know? Or, but you know, I'm leaving it up there for you guys, especially if you know more about it, about canola oil. Please share it, so then I can share it on the Facebook page to help the ladies. So yes, those are questions for today. So this is the first video of the series, and yes, so I thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, feel free to comment and leave input if you have input on any of the questions that I answered on this video. You know, just feel free to do it in the comment box so we can help others, and they don't have to just see the way I do it. They can look and see the way, you know, everyone does it, so they can kind of choose for themselves what they're going to do. So yes, so I'm excited about this series, because now, so remember, you can feel free to ask me any questions, submit it, you know, send it, message me with them, and so then I can just do a video answering your questions. So thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to love the hair and body God gave you. Bye.